guys, LRSU here. Really excited about this action. This SHOT Show's been a little weird. We've been really struggling to find that coolest thing we've seen. And I would say this is probably the coolest thing that I've seen here at SHOT Show 2016. So this is a bighorn action. Some of you might be familiar with it, some of you may not, but these are excellent, excellent actions. The neat thing about this year, they've added a couple new features that are really incredible. Many of you were probably excited last year. We looked at the mousing field action that had a mechanical ejector. This incorporates the mechanical ejector. For those of you who don't understand what that is, typical Remington, like 700 for instance, has a extractor and then an ejector. So the extractor will grab the shell, pull it out of the chamber, and then the ejector is basically a spring that's pushing against it. So it's going to take and push that round to the side against the side of the action, and then once the bolt opens enough to there, it's going to pop it out. The difference is you cannot control how hard it's going to flip that round. So that's where you see guys taking their hand, sliding it back and catching that round, keeping it from flying out. With this, you have full control over how far that's going to fling or if it's just going to fall out. Because it has a little arm in there, and when you pull it back, it's going to kick that round out. Okay, so if I'm sitting there on the concrete, just practicing shooting groups, whatever, I can take that back nice and slow, and it's just going to fall right out. If I'm in a match and I'm running it hard, I can kick it back, and it's going to go flying. So a really neat thing Mousing Field had that now the Bighorn has. Another neat thing about the Bighorn is they have a floating bolt head like a Savage. Okay, a couple cool things about that. When you close the bolt, it's going to seat exactly concentric the way you want to sit every single time because it's floating. It's going to find its own natural center. The other cool thing is you can pop this out in a matter of seconds and you can swap out your bolt head. So if that's because the other one broke or failed or you want to replace it, or more likely you want to switch out calibers and go from a 308 to a Magnum bolt head, you can do that. So that is awesome. And then they made a change to their release here as well, the bolt catch, to make it a little bit more sturdy. But overall, this is extremely exciting. This is an awesome, awesome action. These are coming in at $13.25 MSRP. I'm sure we can find them for a little bit less than that, but that is exciting. This is a one-piece design, so your lug is incorporated into the action itself, and your rail is pinned, so you can select different 20 MOA, 30 MOA, whatever. But that is awesome. Once again, a Bighorn action. This is their new tactical line. And of course, that's a Remington 700 footprint.
Alright, I'm Scott Jansen with Bighorn Arms. I just want to show everybody the new TL3 and some of the changes we have. What we did for this year is we incorporated a mechanical ejector, controlled round feed. I can pop this out.
Maybe you can explain what that means to have a mechanical ejector.
So a mechanical ejector will allow, instead of having a plunger type ejector, it'll eject. If you pull it real slow like that, the round will just fall out of the action. If you pull it back, it'll shoot it out like an AK-47. But what it allows you to do is have control of the round, even if it's a short round like a 6-dasher or something, where normally the ejector would push it up against the action body on the inside, and being that it's real short, you'd run out of spring pressure. And so when you'd pull it back, sometimes it wouldn't come out of the action and it'll fall back in. So it's just a little bit more reliable way to eject. Another thing we did for this year is we're pinning the rails on all of our actions. We did the controlled round feed, so this is cut open. You'll have to disregard the hole there because this is our prototype. But what that'll allow is when the round is taken out of the magazine, it'll be grabbed by the extractor right out of the magazine. So that'll allow you to, if you close the action and you can't shut the handle and you pull it back, it'll eject it. That way you don't get a double feed. Another one of the biggest things we did this year is our bolt stop. We updated that so that the bolt stop actually touches the the action body material instead of the pin. That way there's no chance of breaking the pin. We did a new medium tang for this year, just a blended, a little bit beefier tang than the normal Remington style. We still have our removable bolt heads, floating bolt heads, so you can change out a bolt, go from a 308 to 223 or Magnum bolt head in a matter of seconds. Another thing we did is a bayonet style cocking piece. The way that works is you can just turn that, pop it out to do maintenance or to change out the bolt heads. It goes right back in. That's all you got to do.
It's a hell of a lot of awesome features, man. That is really exciting.
Another thing that's somewhat important we did this year is our threads are going to be 20 TPI, and that allows for you to run like pre-fit Criterion barrels, any Savage style nut, or you can just have your barrel chambered up and shouldered like normal, where you're just running a normal shoulder barrels.
And these are your PRS guys?
Yep, rifles? These are our team rifles for the year. I got them chambered up in 6.5 by 47. Jay Allen, they did a wonderful job on doing the colored stock for us, and we're happy about that. Thunderbeast suppressors is kind of a standard for us. The blue is kind of a special edition, though.
Absolutely. That's awesome.